Hey, this is Dagny, and in this video, I want to talk to you about thriving in Ghana and making your own way in Ghana. But instead of just me telling you what I think, I'm going to also give you an exclusive insight from someone who's doing just that here in Ghana. This is Villa Diaspora, which you can see a little bit behind me. I'm going to show you more of it, and the founder, Michelle, who moved back here and built this and is doing amazing things. So let's go.
Hi, hello guys. Welcome to Villa Diaspora. My name is Michelle Konadu. Come on in.
So I'm here with Michelle Konadu. She is the founder of Villa Diaspora. She also moved back to Ghana. And like I said, we're here talking about thriving in Ghana, making your own way in Ghana. So thank you again, Michelle, so much
Thank you
for taking the time and sharing your space with us.
Well, thank you for coming, for having me.
Of course. So let's start with why you moved back to Ghana.
Well, I moved back to Ghana. I think I was in a point in my life where I just needed a change of pace, change of scenery. And originally, I was going to move from New York City, where I was born and raised, to LA. And my grandfather passed in the middle of that. So we came to Ghana for the funeral. And yeah, Ghana just seemed to knock LA out of the water. And I just felt like, okay, that change that was supposed to be coming, I think this was it. So I worked towards moving, and yeah, I've been here since.
So your family is from Ghana?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So growing up, were you visiting a lot? Like, did you already have a rapport with Ghana before moving? Or?
Yes, sort of. When I was younger, my parents sent me to school here for the first grade and the third grade. I went to school at Achimota Primary School. And I mean, it's not really a unique situation. A lot of, first generation Ghanaians have the same story. So yeah, I think being here as a child, it kind of it made Ghana feel more like home before I even made it my home. I don't think I would have moved here if I hadn't been here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So why did you choose to build Villa Diaspora?
I chose to build Villa Diaspora because of the experience that I had moving back. I stayed with my uncle. And if you've stayed with an uncle or an auntie or your grandparents, you know how it is and how restricting it is. And I moved to Ghana to pave a way for myself, to learn the terrain, to get acclimated, to try to learn about, the place before I could find my place in it. But I felt very restricted. If I was going to the mall, to like a cafe to get work done, my uncle's like, "What's at that mall that y'all going to?" And I'm like, Wi-Fi? I think we were just on two different pages. And also, that was like I wouldn't say a negative, it was more of like a kind of an irritating part. But I have family here, and I realized how easy that made things for me. Oh, they weren't easy, but it was less of a challenge for me. And it got me thinking about the people who don't have these same privileges. And so I wanted to create a space where, to kind of be a soft landing. I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and we were talking about spaces like we have similar spaces where we, I guess for lack of a better term, hold your hand through the moving back to Ghana process. And they mentioned it, they described it as a soft landing. And I think it's, the perfect way to describe it. So yeah, Villa Diaspora exists to be your soft landing and, to help you integrate into Ghanaian culture, society, and community, especially living in Kwabinya. You get to really have the community feel, you know who your fruit sellers are, your cocoa sellers, and everybody also looks out for you as well.
Let's dive deeper into that in terms of the neighborhood
and
the space here. So how is it compared to other parts of Accra. Why did you choose like this particular location? And what do you think that helps with that?
Well, for a few reasons.
Yeah.
Well, the property has been in my family since the late 80s.
Okay. Nice.
So I was like, I'll take it.
Right, yeah,
and it just so happened, I think the more I started to build, initially I felt a bit insecure about the location, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm like, oh, it's all the way in Kwabena. Who's gonna wanna come all the way to Kwabena? But as like, let's say my third, fourth year living here, I really started to appreciate being able to like go to a zoo and do all the rah-rah things and then come back here and just have my peace and quiet. And I really do enjoy the community feel. It's kind of, it's like having a country, like a countryside within a city. And I really appreciate that. And we're not too far from everything if we wanted to go to everything. And also, I think for safety reasons, it's really good that, you know, we're on a dead-end block. Everyone knows you, whether you know them or not. That's just the Ghanaian way. Yeah, so we look out for each other, and everyone has been on this block for years. You know, generations of families live here. And also, coincidentally, there are a lot of the houses built here are also built by people who have migrated out of Ghana to the States as well. So during December, we do get a little traffic.
Okay, yeah. So all of this, you built it, or was it already, or did you renovate it? What was the process?
Well, when I first came here and I didn't have a gate, up here was like nothing. You couldn't even come up here. It's like tiles, and birds have laid eggs and nests, and yeah, it was gnats had their nests up there, and it was pretty much, you couldn't live here. But I think I was so determined to make it out on my own and not be under the thumb of my uncle or like relatives. Because I felt like it would really stifle my growth being here. And even if someone said they won't tell you don't go, but when you're getting ready to go, hey, you're going out again today. Or even if you don't go, they're like, hey, so today you won't go out. So, that was just, I couldn't handle that. So I decided, I'm just gonna build for myself. So initially I started building for myself and just going through the process of working and being here, meeting other people and hearing about their experience, and just wishing that, they had someone like I had someone, like I have people to kind of guide me, someone to call who can then call somebody else, someone who I trust, who, so I decided to build this place because I just had a feeling that it wasn't a fluke that I was here in 2015 and wanted to be here. I knew that it was the beginning of something, and here we are. Here we are, a Panasonic later, and then some. And I see more and more people see Ghana as an option, and I think it's a beautiful thing because it lets me know that people are not limiting themselves, and also people are educating themselves, unlearning, and are open to relearn, which I think is the best formula for moving anywhere on the continent, but definitely to Ghana.
So what has your experience been so far being a landlord?
It's been good. I think for me, I want to ensure that people do have like a safe space to be, to live, a place that's comfortable, a place where their needs are met, and also to have me not so far, and also, because not just me, because I come with Haruna, who's the caretaker here, and if you need anything, he's right there. Also, my cousin checks in every now and again, so if I don't have the answer, he definitely does. So it's a small team of us, but we get the job done, and we always, I think I'm blessed to have, these two people, because they're people who actually care, and I think that's very important. And a lot of people are missing that from their, I guess, repatriation team, rather than having people who, maybe have different motives, whatever they are. I feel really blessed that we have access to people who actually do care and who have connected with us and, you know, taken a liking to everyone who's here, even if, you know, whether it's genuine or whether I just want to make sure that I can, you know, assist Michelle in making this a really good experience for you. So yeah, I think it's my first shot at being a landlord. I think I'm on my third tenant.
Okay.
And yeah, it's been good so far, and I've been blessed to have really good tenants so far, because this is Ghana, and anything can happen. We're just getting over a water pump failure issue. And like I said, you know, the community has been great because just across the street is a plumber, and he's the caretaker for that house. And my caretaker here is a tiler. So it's been so interesting, the community we've created here. So if somebody needs their tiling done, Haruna can help out. You know, Ibrahim will help out with the plumbing. And also my dog is there half the time. It's his second home. So it's, you know, it's been great. And I feel blessed.
Talking about community.
Yes.
Doing your, 6 years?
Almost 6.
Almost 6 years now, yes. So what has your experience been in cultivating community?
Community, I think it's been really interesting because, you know, we had it really good as children, where you just go to school and hear your friends, you sit next to each other, and then you just follow each other throughout the rest of your lives. And, you know, then you get to call them your day ones. But here, it's been interesting because the way we build community in this country is different than I'd ever experienced. So most people most people do their networking in high school or even in primary school, and your parents ensure that you are in a school that will allow you to network with a broad, you know, range of people or a specific class or group of people, you know, to ensure a brighter future for yourself. But you pop up here in your 20s, you're just like, so where do I fit in? And the answer is, you don't know, but you can try. So I think initially I had access to my cousin's community, but then I had to find my own because it was in my community, mostly guys, and their interests are different, and, you know, but I think the more I ventured out on my own, the more I followed my interests, I was able to build community a couple of times. I will say you have to build and destroy and and rebuild, and like a phoenix, there you go. Your community will just, you know, be there to wrap its wings around you, like, it's okay. You have to go through all of that, but it's okay. Yeah, it's been interesting because coming from, like, I'm a New Yorker, so I know the personality of a New Yorker. Of every New Yorker, like, I can, you know, if I spot someone walking down the street, I know whether to stay on that block or to cross the street. You know, so that's a part of my repertoire of understanding. But coming here, I had to unlearn and relearn because I found that when I applied my New York knowledge here, it often didn't lead me to where I thought it would lead me. So yeah, it's been interesting just learning the different personalities, and after a while it gets better. But you know, community is very, very, very important. You know, repatriating or being a returnee or an expat is fun, you know, especially when OSU was open. But it can also be very lonely. Especially during daylight savings time, I never expected that. That 1 hour made a huge difference. And, you know, you don't have access to your people back home. And then you see, like, you know, the relationship is kind of like drifting apart. And yeah, it's really good to have people in your corner who understand that feeling and is also looking for, you know, a community like the one that you can offer. And it's how we get through, because in Ghana it's all about who you know. It's very little about what you know. We'll find that out later after you've made a few mistakes. Oh, so you don't know anything. Okay, well, let me teach you then. So I think you have no choice but to build community here if you want to thrive. And also if you for your mental health.
With that,
Mhm.
can you give me 3 tips
Mhm.
on building community here? So I didn't go to school here or anything.
Tips for, building, finding your community, maintaining your community. I would say number 1, I'm going to sound like my mother, steady people.
Okay.
Steady people. I think I read somewhere that people can only pretend to be something or someone else for about 3 months maximum. And then they just start to the facade starts to break down and their true selves and intentions start to show. So patience.
Okay.
Ghanaians are all about patience. You can't tell from our driving, but we're very patient people. We will allow you to hang yourself and we'll say, you see, and then we'll walk away. But yeah, just study people.
Okay.
I think as a returnee or expat or repatriates, we need like one word for
Right?
it.
I know. Yeah.
As someone who has moved back,
Yes.
we find ourselves we have multiple interests. This word for it, I can't remember. We have multiple interests. So you'll find yourself in different scenes. Like maybe you like live music. So you'll be at, I don't know, the plus 233s or whoever's doing a live band. You like art. So you might go to, Nabuke or Gallery 1957 or be at the Chalawate things and things like that. Right? And you'll see a lot of the same people, right? Yeah. But you'll see that sometimes the same person might show up in different ways, trying to assimilate or trying to like blend in. But study these people in particular because there's this phenomenon that a friend of mine calls this group of people, the Republic Boys. Oh. Okay. Now we're dropping into the tea. Okay. I don't know what kind of, video blog this is, but we're taking a turn.
No, we gotta keep it real. It's okay. Yeah.
So, there are people who you may encounter who, because of, your access or where you're from, want to, get into close proximity with you because proximity is currency. And I mean, that's just how we operate here. We send our children to a particular school, whether we can afford it or not, because of that proximity. So yeah, it's just a thing. Yeah. And you can't fault people for doing it. It's how you network and climb the social ladder, especially in an elitist society.
Yes.
Yeah.
3 tips.
Yes.
And you had the studying people.
Studying people.
And then we were spilling the tea about the Republic Boys.
Watch out for the Republic Boys.
Yes.
Yes. And girls.
Yes.
I can't,
Yeah.
Ladies be doing it too. They're just, a little slick with it. Yeah. And, there are people, I think I was saying the way our society is set up and the way we network, and even from primary, secondary school and things, it's to attach yourself, bond with someone who can give you proximity to whether it's wealth or a different class or anything. So, people are just doing what they do, what they've been taught to do. So you need to see who is who's networking with you, and who is there to build community with you and to also, just be your friend. I think as women it's more difficult. I had a hard time making female friends, but I've since, gotten over that. Like that's, I think it almost painted a different picture for me as far as like, Ghanaian women and how we relate to each other. But I think the more I got to understand Ghanaian women, the more I'm like, oh, you ain't gotta be my friend, I get it. I get it. It's okay. Or you got bigger fish to fry, girl. It's okay. Or maybe that's just not, for me, having friends is part of life. But I remember growing up, my parents saying, friends won't get you anywhere. And this is the hometown of friends won't get you anywhere. So I'm not even surprised, about how difficult it was, because I'm not the only person who was being taught that. I'm just one of the people who rebelled against that. Like, what do you mean friends are everything? Right. Which is true and false at the same time. Because I think community is more like of your village. And your community, I think, for myself, even, I'm just now getting out of this mindset that my community is like people who are like me and on the same path. And, I think that can kind of create friction sometimes. But I think your community should be people who are your village, your roasted plantain seller is part of your community.
Right.
She feeds you when you're broke.
Right.
Or, you're the people who come and collect your garbage, who you make a connection with, and they only come to you. They know nobody else here is going to utilize their services, but because you do and you're loyal to them, they are loyal to you. If you go to the market, it's all about loyalty, and I think even for me, I've been here for 6 years. When I go to change money, the guy's like, so when are you leaving? I'm like, I'm here.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
So it's like anyone who people come into your lives and you're just like, are you here to stay or are you just playing games with me? So we have to understand that. And then given how like patience and the way Ghanaians sometimes like to draw things out, it's going to take some time to earn people's trust. But I think in terms of building community, I would really suggest that people look outside of like, the people who I guess are in your same, I don't want to say community again, but
or clique or circle,
your same circle or industry. The person washes your clothes, a person who, like building that community, you never know when you're going to need that person. That person might be the person who will, maybe you need a plumber. And okay, Dagny, do you know a plumber for me? Girl, no.
Right.
But guess who does know the plumber?
Yeah.
Maybe the people who come for your trash or the people who sell you the fruit or the hairdresser. That's our community here in Ghana.
How do you define success for yourself?
Okay.
And has that been influenced at all? Has that
Since
changed
I've been here.
since you've been here?
Success for myself, I think initially I subscribed to the American dream, and I found that to be so challenging because, growing up, I've just been a serial entrepreneur. I'm good at it. You're paying me for it. Or I've just been that kind of a person. And I found that I never really fit in because I was using someone else's, measurement of success. The American measurement of success, and wanting to do everything by 25. And so much of it to be done. But I think moving to Ghana has helped because I've been able to see my own progress. And once you are facing your front, as they say, because I'm building from scratch. So essentially I'm like a baby again, right? But a baby with like, fully formed frontal cortex and whatever, deems a person to be matured. And so following like the slow but sure progress has helped me redefine what success really means because, 5 years ago, I didn't have a gate, and I was still living here. I was like, whatever. I wasn't like, I felt insecure sometimes because I'm like, God, when? And a lot of my needs seem so small, but each time I'm able to just satisfy like one need or to just, accomplish something small, like getting a gate. You can tell that gate meant a lot.
Yes.
It's like your safety and also
It's
status.
True, right, that's true. Because it definitely will stand out and look odd down the road.
And now look at me.
Yeah.
My gate is the one that people take pictures in front of after church. So
it is the best one on the block. It is.
So I've been able to measure my progress, in a different way. And I think that has been how my idea of success has changed, because in Ghana, we build with our hands. Like if you're driving, you guys can't see it, but there's a house being built here. A roof is going up and it's literally pieces of wood. Like I saw it when they began. It's like little pieces. I'm like, how's that going to turn into a roof? But now, it's looking like it, and it's with wood, nails, and hammers. Like over here, we build with our hands. We embrace our humanity. Yeah, and I think the way that things go in the States, everything is so fast paced, from building to the way that you measure your success or growth and things like that. But here I've been able to, just to see it all happen and just witness my own growth.
How do you define success in Ghana?
Success in Ghana, I think it's everyone has their own definition. Because my definition of success and everybody else, I think we'll let that pass.
We'll let them pass. Yes.
The sounds, the beautiful melody.
Yes. See, because everything's alive here. That's what I mean.
Yes. But not so alive. I think in Ghana, one thing I've noticed and also adopted is making sure your kids are good. Whether you have them or don't, like making sure your kids are good. Whenever I hear someone complimenting another person, it's all like, oh, this woman has really done well. She's been able to make money and take care of her children. Or, like that's how we define success here. There's a word, dache, which means like one day, not one day, but like, I feel like one day seems very like up in the air and maybe, but it's like a definite, dache. And dache is all depending on what we do now, right? Because when we use the word, it's in reference to what we're currently doing. I'm doing this now because dachinti, so everything we do now is for the future. And the future is, our children. So I find that, people define success by being able to take care of their children, whether it's taking them to school or mostly it's school.
Right. Because education, it's important.
Because really that's the only way for a lot of people, to elevate themselves in society. I think we define success by our family and how good we leave our family. Even if you are grown and you don't have kids, you're looking to be successful enough to take care of your parents.
Right.
Because what pension?
Exactly.
I mean, there's a pension, but you're going to go and collect pension. They're going to tell you what pension.
Exactly.
And it's really sad to see, because when we see older people working, we're sad for them because you've probably followed the pension route and it didn't work out for you. And also that means that your children aren't, in a position where they can take care of you. I think success is about being able to make sure your family's good, your children are good, your parents are good, and then, by range. But first and foremost, making sure that, your family is going to be good, whether you're here or whether you're on the other side. I think success is defined by family. The longer I'm here, I start to really, really understand Ghana and like the way we are. And I think for people who are interested in like the glory days of Africa, I think we're all stuck there, although we never were there ourselves. We're just like thinking of a better time, but it's not, where you're looking. It's right here. It's the way that we, the reverence we have for the elderly, the way that I can pass my child to someone like, please watch her, I'm coming. And, or we're in a trotro and I can sit my child on your lap like here. Or the way that we look out for one another. But you really have to like pay attention to see it. Like it's all there. Right. The glory days are still here. I think it's just being blanketed by like capitalism and, materialism.
Finally, what mindset do you think is needed to make your own way here in Ghana?
Here, always remain teachable. And it's not your fault that you're not. But if you stay that way, it's 100% on you. Because I think coming from the States, we we don't like to admit it, or we may not even know, but we've adopted everyone's idea of Africa, you know, and it being subpar. What can they possibly have to teach me? But, you know, people used to come here to get educated. And I find that basic things that even children know are things that people pay, you know, to learn in college, which I find really, really interesting. Like anybody can tell you about the sun. Okay, you don't want to be out at this time because that's the bad sun, but you want to be out at this time, that's the good sun. Or, you know, these herbs, they do this, or, you know, but yeah, always remain open and teachable. I think that will get you further than any credentials you think you have, because Ghana will humble you. And no matter where you think you're coming from, what you think you have, just understand that I'm not speaking for everyone, but for most of us, everything you have is on credit and everything here is cash. So already humble yourself. You will be humbled. Yes. Yeah, so just remain teachable. And yeah, because also in Ghana, people will correct you but so many times, and then after a while they'll just like, okay, then go ahead and do it. And they'll watch you make mistakes and make mistakes and make mistakes, and you'll be like, why didn't you? I tried to tell you, but you didn't listen. You know, and and not just, you know, your community, but your family. Like, that's how we operate here. I'm not going to keep on telling you, am I stupid? You know, so I think remaining teachable is ingrained in the society here. So I think if you keep an open mind and remain teachable before you even come here, do the work on yourself, because Africa's not going to heal you. Whatever you're running from will still be here. It'll show up in different ways. It'll look like something or somebody else, because that's what you're bringing to yourself.
And is there anything you want to add? Anything coming up next for Villa Diaspora that you want people to know about?
Yes. So we have a phase 2. So we are now sitting in phase 1 of Villa Diaspora, which is a 3-bedroom co-living apartment. We're sitting in one of the shared areas, which is the living room, but we'll also take you on a tour. Yes. I think this space ended up being like, you know, the female quarters. And I'm not mad at it. I think there are more of us here, and, you know, it's cool. But we've got a 16-bedroom house on the other side. We'll also do a tour there.
Okay, yes.
So, you know, stay tuned for that. And, you know, if you're ever in Ghana, please do reach out. You can find us on Instagram. We are at Villa Diaspora, Villa.diaspora, excuse me. And yeah, come, let's build community. Hello guys, welcome to Villa Diaspora. I will be giving you the tour today. My name is Michelle Konadu and I'm the founder. So follow me and I'll show you around. This is one of our common areas. This is the living room, and it's been designed to hold many people. We usually have monthly mixers here, and hope to start back up again around June, July. Everything in this space is either made in Ghana, sourced from Ghana. I've tried my best to be able to use Ghanaian vendors, you know, as to support my local community. In the same way that they support me. So yes, this is our living room area. And we've got vintage art and spaces where we can put, you know, quotes and things, and also a reminder of our beautiful country. And also some local games, and also everyone's favorite, you know. We just made our way from the living room and now we are in the kitchen. So when you stay here, you have access to the whole kitchen, and you do not even need to bring a fork or a cutlery set. Everything is provided for you here, from your pots, from the gas cylinders, which you'll use to cook, plates, glasses, and it's perfect for entertaining in case you want to have some friends over. We've got a fridge, You can put your name on your food if you choose, or if it's for all, just say so. Yeah, so this is it. This is where you'll be learning to cook all your new favorite Ghanaian dishes and inviting me to eat with you. So now we've made our way to one of our bedrooms. It's a 3-bedroom apartment. And today we're going to show this one. This one is currently vacant. Every room has an ensuite bathroom, which is right through this door here. And yes, you have a comfortable king-size bed. All your linens are included, towels, pillows, a nice comfortable seat. Some low maintenance plants, because I love plants, but I realize that's not everyone's ministry. So I don't like to force that on people. Now you have to come and take care of a plant. So all the plants in the space are removable at your request if you don't want to be a plant mom by force. So yeah, this is the space. It's nice and airy, and it has the most beautiful view of the golden hour. The sun sets right over here, and you can see them like over the hills and over the rooftops, and it's so scenic. And yeah, in the middle of the night, the moon is literally right up here. If you're somebody who's into astrology, you're gonna love this place. Or you're gonna love Ghana, period. You see all the stars. It's a lovely green space. I love that a lot of our neighbors have maintained a bit of greenery in their spaces, and we hope to do the same inside and out. Right now I'm sitting in front of Villa Diaspora Phase 1, and I'm going to premiere something, I guess. Premiere? Yeah. Our Phase 2. Now it's still in the works. It's about, let's say, 80% completed, and I'm really excited to show you guys. This is Phase 2 right over here. So Phase 1, Phase 2. This house it has 16 bedrooms, all of them en suite, and it will give people the opportunity to not only rent a room if you'd like in a more hostel style, it will be co-ed, and also you have the opportunity to rent a whole apartment for a longer lease, like for a year, 2 years, 5 years if you love us that much. But yes, it gives you an opportunity to, you know, stay here with us within the community and really become like a concrete part of Villa Diaspora. And yeah, we're really excited to finish. We only have a couple of cosmetic things to do. And once that's done, we will move the drying lines where it's supposed to be. And yeah, start, you know, living. This part over here, this small part of this huge house is my favorite part of Phase 2. My father selected this tile actually, so it's very special and important. And I decided to have a symbol added here, and our caretaker, Haruna, is the one who does this work here. So if he's not working, because he also has his own job, then he does works around the house, and it's part of the culture of being a caretaker. You kind of work for free and you get to live in Accra for free. Anyway, so I selected this symbol called Diapa, which means good wood. And the longer version of the symbol is in tree, it's Wofro Diapa ne Pian. So that means that when you're climbing a good tree is when we boost you up. And what that means for me and Villa Diaspora is, you know, it's kind of on the same lines of like, if you build it, they will come. But also if you do good work, you know, you'll have community to back you. And yeah, that's what I'm taking into this new phase of Villa Diaspora. So much so that I made sure it was here for everyone to see. Oh, perfect thing for a hot day. Would you like some soba?
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Yes. Cheers. Thank you so much for coming and sharing Villa Diaspora with your community.
Of course, yes. And thank you so much for taking the time, dropping gems, giving us the tour.
Ooh, don't mention it.
No, I really enjoyed the conversation. I learned a lot. Hope y'all learned a lot too. And I'm looking forward to other wonderful things to happen to you and to happen to Villa Diaspora.
Thank you
This is
so much.
awesome.
Thank you. Thank you, I appreciate that.
So thank you so much for watching. let us know in the comments, what did you think about this whole experience? Are you coming to stay at Villa Diaspora? Like, you need to go ahead and slide into the DMs or call her because, you know, the bedrooms are going. And what else would you like to know? Any other questions in terms of what we talked about? Share with me in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe. I'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
And this is good too. This is refreshing.
Oh, it is?
Oh,
okay,
yes.
good. Yeah, it's more medicinal. So I use the rinds of the pineapple.
Okay.
Because I just learned that that's a thing that we can do, and that I'm telling you, COVID brought out the home remedies in everyone's closet.
Yes.
Everybody's grandmother was like, okay, clip your left toenail, put it in. Like, we all learned all kinds of like home remedies. My mother taught me this one, the pineapple one, and you know, in my house, there's no juice drinking. So I boil it and make it into a tea, and I make it, I put it in the fridge for my daughter. I mix it with honey. And then I'm like, I have sobolo leaves. So then I used it to make the sobolo and added cinnamon and cloves and all the other medicinal herbs, green tea. Like, it's a whole bunch of
Oh, it's very nice.
Go heal everything.
Like, you know, sometimes it could be a little too. Obviously, we need to have. We'll come back again for another discussion about relationships and broken hearts. Yes. But you know, sometimes some people, they can make it and it's like too much ginger or too much. It can be like
too much spice.
Like it slaps you in the throat. You know? Which I know is good too, because it's supposed to, like, you know, help. But this you can drink it all without feeling like, wait a minute, I can't take all the slaps.
Right, and it's hot. Imagine ginger in this heat. Oh,
it's all good.
Little breeze we're getting. It's good.
It is. At least we don't have some shame.
Yes.
So that's another beautiful thing. You can actually like sit outside and enjoy it at like a certain times of the day.
Yes, but not at night. I'm not gonna lie
for real?
to you. We have a mosquito problem.
Oh, okay.
Outside.
Right. Yeah.
Outside. Inside, we're good.
Yeah.
But transparency. You know, and I mean, mosquito. It's a Ghana thing,
right?
But some hoods have it more than others.
Okay. Is it true that there's like certain plants that can repel them or something?
Yes, citronella.
Okay.
And lemongrass. see, I've got like 1, 2, 3 lemongrass things here. Yeah, and I think I think mint repels rodents, but we don't have a rodent problem, so
right.
We just put it in our tea.
Okay.
I think, and there's another flower, I don't remember, but yeah, they help. And then the good thing is that you can also take it and then burn it to like create the same effect as a mosquito coil. Okay. And also the rinds of the oranges are really good for repelling them as well.
Oh, nice.
I like became an accidental holistic person.
No, that's good. That's good. Okay.
Bye. All right, bye guys.